صلوات. نکلا ہے جنازہ کوئی اللہ کے گھر سے، نکلا ہے جنازہ کوئی اللہ کے گھر سے، افلاک میں ایک شور ہے ماتم کے اثر سے، اور افسوس کے مسجد میں نمازی گیا مارا، افسوس کے مسجد میں نمازی گیا مارا، کچھ کم نہیں یہ حشر ہے قیامت کے اثر سے، اور زینب سے یہ کہہ دو کہ وہ دل کھول کے روئے، زینب سے یہ کہہ دو کہ وہ دل کھول کے روئے، شبیر کی ہمشیر ہے رونے کو نہ ترسے، اور عباس ذرا زینب مضطر سے خبردار، ارے عباس ذرا زینب مضطر سے خبردار، فریاد میں ہٹ جائے نا چادر کہیں سر سے، اور ہاں بھولنا جانا انہیں کوفے کے مکینوں، ہاں بھولنا جانا انہیں کوفے کے مکینوں، گزریں گی یہ شہزادیاں اس راہ گزر سے، نکلا ہے جنازہ کوئی اللہ کے گھر سے، افلاک میں ایک شور ہے ماتم کے اثر سے، صلوات.
محمد وآل محمد صلوات. فاتحہ. سلامی ہر طرف شور بکا ہے، وداع حضرت مشکل، وضائے حضرت مشکل کشا ہے، تزلزل مسجد کوفہ میں ہے آج، ستون کعبہ ایمان، ستون کعبہ ایمان گرا ہے۔ علی ابن ابی طالب میرا شیر، ابھی تلوار سے زخمی، ابھی تلوار سے زخمی ہوا ہے، پکڑ کر ابن ملجم کو جو لائے، کہا اصحاب نے اب حکم کیا ہے، بشفقت پوچھا قاتل سے، علی نے خطا میری ہے یا تیری خطا ہے، کیا بن باپ کا بچوں کو میرے، کیا بن باپ کا بچوں کو میرے، یہی احسان کا میرے، یہی احسان کا میرے صلہ ہے، سلامی ہر طرف پر محمد و آل محمد صلوات۔ اے روزے دارو آہو، بکا کے یہ روز ہے، سادات پر نزول بلا کے یہ روز ہے، سرتاج اوصیاء کی عزا کے یہ روز ہے، تم سے وداع شیر خدا کے یہ روز ہے، تم سے وداع شیر خدا کے یہ روز ہے، ارے زخمی ہوا امام تمہارا نماز میں، ظالم نے روزے دار کو مارا نماز میں، ماہ مبارک رمضان اور خدا کا گھر، تڑکاؤ نور کاؤ شب قدر کی سحر، پیش خدا وہ سجدے میں، شیر خدا کا سر، اور ہائے تیغ ظلم کی ضربت وہ فرق پر، اور ہائے تیغ ظلم کی ضربت وہ فرق پر فوار خون کے زخم جبی سے بہا کیے، سجدے میں آپ ربی اعلیٰ کہا کیے، سجدے میں آپ ربی اعلیٰ کہا کیے۔ ارے دوڑے یہ کہہ کے جانب مسجد، وہ نیک زان ڈوبی ہوئی لہو میں، ملی کشتی نجات ماتا پہ خون باپ کا مل کر کہیں یہ بات، ارے ہے اٹھایا قبلہ او کعبہ پہ کس نے ہاتھ، ارے رلوایا نانا جان کو دار السلام میں، بن باپ کا کیا ہمیں ماہ سیام میں، بن باپ کا کیا ہمیں ماہ سیام میں۔ ارے ناگاہ نمازیوں کا گروہ یا ننگے سر، حیدر نے مجتبیٰ سے کہا آنکھیں کھول کر پڑھواؤ تم نماز، جماعت کی ہے پسر، ہم بیٹھے بیٹھے پڑھتے ہیں اپنے مقام پر، لیکن جبی کے زخم پر رومال باندھ دو، میرا سر شگافتہ ہے لال باندھو، میرا سر شگافتہ ہے لال باندھ دو۔ بولے علی حواس ابھی سے بجا نہیں، زینب سے کہہ دو کوفہ ہے یہ کر بلا نہیں، میں بے دیارو بے کسو بے آشنا نہیں، شیعہ ہیں گرد نر گئے اہل جفا نہیں، پردے سے ننگے سر تو ابھی کیوں نکلتی ہے، کیا حلق پر حسین کے تلوار چلتی ہے، کیا حلق پر حسین کے تلوار چلتی ہے، اے روزے دارو آہو۔ درود بر محمد و آل محمد۔
رحم اللہ من قرأ الفاتحہ۔ بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم۔ أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين بارئ الخلائق أجمعين باعث الأنبياء والمرسلين ثم الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين خاتم النبيين شفيع المذنبين رحمة للعالمين مولانا وسيدنا أبي القاسم محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين لا سيما بقية الله في الأرض مولانا حجة ابن الحسن عجل الله تعالى فرجه الشريف اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى قيام يوم الدين. Amma ba'du, my respected elders, brothers and sisters. We were saying yesterday regarding the power of namaz and how beneficial it is in a person's life. That namaz can act as a mentor for each and every person at each and everyone's individual level. So not only is it something that is common, it's also something that is very, very personal. Today, I want to describe one of the problems we have when we approach namaz. The question arises, we pray, but why don't we feel these things that you're saying in our prayer? One of the issues is the way we approach namaz. I'm going to be very, very direct here because we don't have much time and we have a lot of material to cover. When we approach namaz, sometimes we have a wrong impression of what actually namaz is going to give us. So we hear, for example, lots of stories. This imam, for example, he would pray, he would tremble, he would shake. This imam would pray, he would pass out, he would become unconscious. This imam, for example, he would lose the color of his face. This imam, for example, would repeat the phrases of namaz to such an extent. This alim-e-din, for example, he would, as if, he's cut off from the whole world when he prays his namaz. We hear these stories. And Azizan, sometimes we actually get into this mindset that we think that, yes, you know what, this is going to happen to me as well. When I pray, I should feel these things. I should tremble, I should shake, I should see things in my dreams. I should start seeing the angels. I should start seeing things of the secrets of this universe. Sometimes we feel like this. We have to be very honest here. We have to be very, very honest. These things are 100% true, no doubt. And they do happen. And inshallah, we want to get to a stage where these things happen to us, that we can see the secrets of God. We can feel the peace and security and sukoon of Allah. We can see things in our dreams, yes. But in the beginning, this is highly unlikely to happen. In the beginning, when you're embarking upon this journey of prayer and communication with Allah, that you start now, for example, that now I'm going to pray with my full concentration and full devotion. Don't have this expectation that all of a sudden the angels are going to come to me and the malaika will surround me and in my dream I will see Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Yes, if it happens, alhamdulillah, very good. I would envy you if it happens. I wish it would happen to all of us. But it's unlikely. Let's be realistic. So sometimes we can defeat ourselves before even approaching namaz. We have a different mindset in our mind. We have different thoughts in our mind that what will happen with namaz and what will namaz do for me. We have to be realistic. So sometimes our approach to namaz has to be a little bit realistic. That what are we going into and what effect will it have upon me? Secondly, namaz is something that, maybe in the beginning we won't even enjoy much. It's possible that at times we pray and we don't even enjoy it. Now why is this? This inshallah will be our discussion for tomorrow. Let's have a salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. What we will say at the moment is, look, leave all those feelings of spirituality aside, okay? Leave all these dreams and these visions and these unveilings aside. Leave the fact that you want to see, for example, Imam Hussein in your dream. Leave that aside for the moment. Let's be realistic. In the beginning, namaz may actually even be a bitter experience for you. Namaz in the beginning, you may not even want to pray. You may not even feel like praying. You may even be annoyed by your prayer. You may even be disgruntled by your namaz. I've waited all week to watch my beloved Liverpool play, and now I'm watching the game, and right in the middle of the game there's namaz time. I wanted to meet this person, and this is a family gathering, and we've got together after so many years, all of us, the whole tribe of us have got together. Right in the middle there's namaz, just as we're having a good time. In the middle of my favorite meal, my friends are with me, my family are with me, I'm having a good time, but in the middle of it, namaz. Tomorrow I have a very important meeting, I'm a very important person, I'm a hot shot, I'm a big guy in my company. Tomorrow I have a very important meeting, I need a good night's sleep. In the middle of my sleep there's namaz. Why is this? Why does this happen? Inshallah, we need to discuss these things. When we talk about Islamic spirituality, I want to make something very clear. When we talk about Islamic spirituality, we want to get closer to Allah, we want to feel peace in our heart, we want to feel sukoon in our life, we want to have an enjoyable, energetic, healthy, vital life of the soul in this world. What do we need to do? You see, I think that somehow along the way we have very innocently made a mistake. I think we've made one mistake in the community. We have become obsessed with information and data. We are actually in the time of information and data, right? Our time, our age is the age of information and data. We've become obsessed with data. We've become obsessed with information. See, right now, you're listening to this lecture. This is information for you. After this, after iftar, etc., we'll go, what will we do? We'll open our WhatsApps. You'll have, I guarantee you, multiple messages. Listen to this, unmissable, 1 minute clip. This will change your life. Don't ignore this. Forward to others. And you'll spend a few minutes, couple of hours maybe looking at your WhatsApps, more information coming your way. And then after you've done with that, you'll open your Instagram. Instagram will bombard you. This clip. Look what happened today. Najaf, they recited this. Mashhad, they recited this. Karbala, they recited this. This sheikh said this. This sheikh said that. And bombarded with information. All the time, information. So these are only a few things that I've mentioned. Otherwise, there are many, many more that we get information from. So what's happening is information overload. I ask you a question. Please be honest with yourself. Hand on your heart. Allah is your witness. All of these things which you are listening to, this speech, your WhatsApps, your Instagrams, your YouTubes, whatever it is, all of this which you are listening to, how much of it are you practicing? How much are you practicing really? How much are we practicing? We hear so much, we are obsessed with information. We're obsessed with knowledge. And knowledge is a good thing, don't get me wrong. Knowledge is part of Islam. Knowledge is one of the best things we can do. Alongside with knowledge, however, there is practice. If you don't practice what you know, then what good is it to know it? In Islam, this is the idea that we have. That when you know something, you put it into practice. Let me tell you a hadith from Amirul Mu'mineen. This hadith said 1400 years ago. This is the power of Amirul Mu'mineen. His words are as relevant today as they were all that time ago. Amirul Mu'mineen, Imam Ali alayhi salatu wasalam, he says, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. Innakum ilal amali bima ullimtum. Tell me if you think this is relevant to our time today. He says, you are more in need to put into practice what you learn rather than learning new things that you don't know. Whatever you know, put it into practice. That is more necessary for you rather than learning new things which you don't know. But we are obsessed with learning. I'm saying again, don't get me wrong. Don't misquote me. Learning is good. Knowledge is good. Reading is good. All of that is good. But I'm saying, where is the aspect of putting into practice what we learn? Amirul Mu'mineen says, you are more in need of practicing what you know than learning what you don't know. We hear something, we feel so happy. Oh, mashallah, Shaykh today, Maulana today, he said something so beautiful about reciting Quran. Okay, Baba, recite the Quran then. Maulana today, he said something beautiful about Namaz-e-Shab. Do you know how good Namaz-e-Shab is? Then pray your Namaz-e-Shab. In the life of the great Sayyid Baharul Ulum, Mahdi Baharul Ulum, the great Sayyid Baharul Ulum. One day, The students go for the class. The students turn up for the class, there's no teacher. Sayyid Mahdi is not there. They're like, oh my God, this is very rare. This doesn't happen usually, that we turn up for the class and the teacher is not there. They say, okay, maybe something happened, some family issue, some illness, whatever. Next day they turn up, he's not there. Now they get worried. They say, okay, let's give him some space, let's give him some time. Third day, they turn up, he's not there. They're like, this is unprecedented. Now this is something serious. Let's find out what's going on. They go to the house of Sayyid Mahdi. They said, Ustad, sorry, we don't mean to intrude, but 3 days you have not shown up. Is everything okay? Are you alive? Is everything okay? He says, I'm fine. So they say, then why no class for 3 days? He says, the night before the first class when I didn't show up, that night, near to Fajr time, I decided, let me take a walk. And I walked down the gullies where you guys live, he's telling his students. I walked in the gullies where you guys live. I was walking past your houses and your rooms. All your lights were off. No one was reciting Quran. No one was reciting Tahajjud and Namaz-e-Shab. I could hear no one asking for forgiveness from Allah. I could hear no one beseeching Allah. I could hear no one crying in the presence of Allah. I observed all of your houses. I walked past all of your houses. I looked past all of your rooms in the dormitory, for example, in the halls of residence. No one was awake. No one was doing ibadat at this critical time. I said to myself, then what's the point of these classes? Might as well close up. I'm wasting my time. You're wasting your time. Why? They said, Ustad, we're really sorry. No, from now on. He said, look, the meaning of these classes is that you put into practice what you learn. We're not just here just to do academic exercises just for nothing. We're not here just to give words of wisdom or knowledge and everyone feels happy that, oh, I learned something new today. I heard something I haven't heard before. No, that is nothing. That is nothing. That has very limited value. So Amirul Mu'mineen is emphasizing this point. Put into practice what you know rather than learning what you don't know. Learn what you don't know, no problem. But put it into practice. Someone asked Ayatollah Bahjat, what do we do, Agha, that we can progress in front of Allah, we can progress towards God? He says, put into practice what you know and don't disrespect the knowledge which you have. If you don't use your knowledge, you're disrespecting your knowledge. Put into practice what you know. And you will see that is irfan itself and you will reach Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why not? Put into practice what you know. So Azizan, if we start to practice these things, we know about namaz, we've heard it from a young age. We know about namaz. We have to be realistic. If you're expecting, for example, from now on, you're going to start praying and all of a sudden the angels will come to you and you'll start seeing the angels and you'll start seeing the Ahlul Bayt and you'll start seeing the hidden realities of this universe, then I'm sorry, you're going to be disappointed. Sometimes we go into these things with this kind of mindset. And our children sometimes, they have this mindset that when it doesn't happen, they get disappointed. They're like, we heard all these stories, we heard all these things. Ahlul Bayt used to pray like this. Yes, they were Ahlul Bayt. Let's get a little bit close to where they were and then we can start thinking about these things. They were Ahlul Bayt. So let's have a realistic idea of what we're going to get from our namaz and then we can actually approach namaz. Now, I have 4 key points regarding namaz, what we can actually take away from namaz with a salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. The first thing is namaz. It will help you to fulfill the deficiencies of your life. Again, I need to qualify this. Listen very carefully. When I say it fulfills the deficiencies of your life, let's say one of your issues is poverty. Someone is suffering from illness. Someone is suffering from family issues. Someone is suffering from loneliness. Namaz will help you fulfill these deficiencies. Not that every poor will become rich. Not that every sick will become cured and healthy. No. But you will get to a stage where even if you have problems, they will not bother you anymore. See how sometimes we look at people and because we've passed that stage and we are maybe older, a little bit wiser, And we look at those people and they are really going through some serious stuff. Take a child's example. I don't want to offend anyone, so let's take a child's example. A child who loses their toy. They're crying and they are distraught and their heart is broken, and for them it's the end of the world. They've lost something so dear. We look at them and we think, oh, poor sweet kid. Sweet kid, he doesn't know what's coming in the future. He's crying over his toy now. In the future, he'll have much bigger worries. But for him in that moment, it's something major. But we are older, wiser. We look back and we think, that's really something very insignificant actually, in the grand scheme of things. See how it doesn't bother us. We lose something insignificant, it won't bother us. In namaz, it will fulfill your deficiencies in the sense that even if you have problems, they will not bother you this much. You will not lose your sleep at night. You will not lose the peace of your mind and peace of your heart. Sukoon-e dil, sukoon-e qalb, itminan-e qalb. You will not lose these things. You'll be able to continue. You'll say, okay, you know what, I have these problems, but so what? It's okay. I can take them in my stride. I can deal with them. I can handle them. Next time you feel something is overwhelming you, removing your sukoon, removing your peace, removing your tranquility, not allowing you to sleep at night, say to your Lord, Khudaya, there must be something wrong in my namaz that this is bugging me. There must be something wrong in my namaz that this is bugging me like this. Khudaya, help me to sort out my namaz. If my namaz is sorted, I'm sure all of these problems will be sorted. Namaz. It will help you fulfill the deficiencies in your life. Number one. Number two, namaz. every complex machine, every complex mechanism, machine, your cars, other things that we own, they all need servicing and calibration, correct? We take them for servicing. We call someone, we call an engineer, come and check this, service it, sign it off, is it working properly? Everything needs fine-tuning, calibration, checking, servicing, repairing. Once in a year we do all of these things, probably. Once in a year or once every couple of years we do these things. Let me tell you something. Your soul is more complex than the most complicated machine on this earth. Your soul needs servicing. Your soul needs calibrating. Your soul needs tweaking and fine-tuning. And namaz will fine-tune and tweak and calibrate your soul. Not once a year. Not even once a month. Not even once a week. Every day. Not once a day. 5 times a day. Your soul will calibrate. Your soul will get tweaked. If you want a physical analogy, you can say you need to inject your bloodstream with namaz 5 times a day to keep yourself healthy, to keep yourself plugged in with Allah. Rasulullah, what does he say? He says your namaz is like a stream outside your front door. This stream is running, available for you, clean water. You go and dip yourself in there 5 times a day and wash yourself. Will there be any dirt remaining on you? Your namaz is this stream. Your namaz is this calibration. Your namaz is this fine-tuning of the soul. Number 3, the third point I wanted to mention with salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Azizan, remove from your minds one thing. Remove from your minds that religion is only for hereafter. Religion is not only for hereafter. Religion has a role in this world as well. In this world, why is it that the friends of Allah lead probably very difficult physical lives, generally, but they are the most happy and most content? The friends of Allah probably have very little compared to me and you of the worldly comforts and luxuries. But I can bet you they're more happy than most of us. Namaz will fulfill your happiness in this world. Why? Why do I say that? The happinesses which we think are happinesses are usually short-lived. And they have side effects. Something you enjoy will have a side effect later on. Something you do will have a side effect. You enjoy a particular sport, an activity, a physical activity, go for it. But then you'll have a side effect later on. Maybe your body will take its toll. Maybe you'll pull muscles. Maybe your joints will suffer in the long run. You like a particular food, go for it. But then you always have to bear in mind, I have to balance it with other healthy food. I have to do other things. I have to burn it off at some point. All of these things have side effects. Namaz will give you that true happiness that we are seeking. The true sukoon and peace of the heart that we are seeking. The thing which is keeping us up at night. Not allowing us any chain and not allowing us any kind of peace of mind. What is that famous poet? He says in Urdu, Is daure tarakki ke andaz kuch nirale hai. He says that this time that we are living in, this current day, this age that we are living in is a very modern world. This world is a very modern world. Sarkon pe ujala, zehnon mein andhera hai. On the streets there may be lights and everything is lit up and looks very nice, but the brains are still in darkness. Time hasn't allowed us to find that inner sukoon, that zehni sukoon, that qalb sukoon, that sukoon of the heart. Something is missing. That is namaz able to fulfill that need of deep happiness of a mu'min. Fourth and final point for this evening, it will help with your spiritual wayfaring. Anyone who wants to get closer to Allah, anyone who wants to feel spiritual, I'm sorry, if you don't have namaz, it's impossible. The trend of today, the fashion of today, amongst celebrities for sure, and amongst many people in the community, unfortunately, is to say the following: I am spiritual, but I'm not religious. I am spiritual, but I'm not religious. You even have some people who say, I believe in a spirit, but I don't believe in a God. Which is completely, it doesn't make sense. You add this sum together, it won't give you a result. You can't have it. Because the first thing you'll say is, if you believe in a spirit, where is the spirit come from? It has to come from somewhere. So where is that spirit from? And then, you have to extrapolate from that there is a God or something that created the spirit. In our religion, we don't have this. In our religion, we say, look, namaz, this legislated command of God, has its own special merit. Don't substitute other things for namaz. Don't say, oh, you know what? I'll just meditate, it's good enough. I'll go for a walk, it's good enough. I look at nature, I feel closer to God, it's good enough. No. Allah knows what to give you. Allah knows what was your requirement. Allah knows what is going to fulfill you. Allah knows. So in spiritual wayfaring, it is the best thing to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In these days, we remember, of course, the Lion of Allah, Amirul Mu'mineen. Let's have a salawat on his name, please. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Amirul Mu'mineen has been struck by the sword of Ibn Muljim. First of all, the physical blow was immense. The physical blow means that Amirul Mu'mineen has lost a lot of blood. He is weakened. Secondly, the poison of the blade. Amirul Mu'mineen is the only imam to be killed with poison and with sword. Other imams either poison or sword. Amirul Mu'mineen, poison and sword. The poison begins to run through the body of Amirul Mu'mineen. They say that after he was struck, as he leans back into the lap of Imam Hassan alayhi salam, he gives condolence to Imam Hassan, he gives sabr to Imam Hassan. Then after a while he says, now it is the time of prayer, let me finish my prayer. He stands up, he tries to pray standing. They say that Amirul Mu'mineen was so weak, he could not even stand properly, he was stumbling, he was falling. He needed help to pray his prayer. Amirul Mu'mineen, they take him home. He meets Imam Hussein alayhi salam. He gives condolence to Imam Hussein. He gives sabr to Imam Hussein. Imagine, the man who is struck, who is bleeding, who has poison in his body, he is giving sabr to other people. He meets Bibi Zainab. There his sabr breaks. He cannot take the cries of Zainab. They bring him into his home. They put him down into his bed. They tell him to rest. The poison is coursing through his body. By this time, the news has spread. By this time, the evening has come. By this time, there is now a new group in Kufa mourning for Amirul Mu'mineen. Ashab knew that Amirul Mu'mineen had been struck. The family was grieving. But a new group begins to grieve. Who is this new group in Kufa? These are the yateems of Kufa. They are now grieving. They are now saying to one another, where is that kind man who used to come and feed us? Where is that kind man who used to come? He used to put a veil on his face. We could not see who he was. How he used to make us sit on his lap. The ashab of Amirul Mu'mineen, they narrate that when we used to see Ali, the way he used to take a yateem, put the yateem on his lap, kiss the yateem, stroke the yateem's hair, lift with his own blessed hand the food, and put the food into the mouth of the orphan. We used to say to ourselves, if only we would have been one of these yateems, that Amirul Mu'mineen would have treated us like this. The yateems of Kufa are mourning. Where is our kind benefactor? Where is that man who would come in the middle of the night, who would not tell us his name? Where is he? We have lost him. He has got tired of us. Slowly but surely they realized that this was none other than the great Amirul Mu'mineen, the head of state, the king of the Muslim lands. Here it is when they realized that this was none other than Amirul Mu'mineen. Ala la'natullahi al-qawmi al-zalimin wa sayalamu alladhina zalamu ayya munqalibin yanqalibun. Matame Hussein.
سجدے میں ہوا قتل مرتضی و محمدا و مصیبتا و محمدا و مصیبتا. سجدے میں ہوا قتل مرتضی و محمدا و مصیبتا و محمدا و مصیبتا. سجدے میں ہوا زینب حزی غشم ہے پری بی بیا سبی روتی ہے کھری و محمدہ کی ان سے ہے صدا. سجدے میں ہوا قتل مرتضی و محمدا و مصیبتا و محمدا و مصیبتا. سجدے میں ہوا بے پدر ہوئے سبط نے نبی روتے ہیں ملاک انبیاء سبھی. ماتم علی ان میں ہے صدا. سجدے میں ہوا قتل مرتضی و محمدا و مصیبتا و محمدا و مصیبتا. سجدے میں ہوا زلزلے میں ہے قبر مصطفیٰ کانپتی ہے آج لحد فاطمہ. اہل آسمان کرتے ہیں بکا. سجدے میں ہوا و محمدا و مصیبتا و محمدا و مصیبتا. سجدے میں ہوا شور شین ہے آ جہان میں آندھی ہے چلی آج کوفے میں جبرائیل کی آتی ہے صدا. سجدے میں ہوا قتل مرتضی و محمدا و مصیبتا و محمدا ومصيبته دمه هو قتل مرتضى. الفاتحة مع الصلوات.
Brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum. On behalf of our entire community, I'd like to again extend our deepest condolences to the entire community on these nights of Adha when we remember Imam Ali alayhi salam. May Allah give us the opportunity to do the ziyarah. As for some of us that have already met Shaikh Abbas Ismail, we would like to take this opportunity once again to introduce Shaikh. Shaikh Abbas is from London. He studied, of course, for a long time in the Hawzas. But he is a family member of ours where he's been in our community at least 7 times, I think now, and inshallah many more to come, inshallah. Thank you so much for your lessons today, and we look forward to those coming forward. The loud salawat, Shaykh Abbas Muhammad wa salli ala. Let us take this opportunity to remember those marhum that are no longer amongst us, specifically marhum Abdul Rasul Mirali Bawa, marhum Muhammad Taki Abdul Rasul Bawa, marhum Farhat Abbas Shabir Ali, marhum Ghulam Abbas Abdul Rasul Bawa, marhum Muhammad Ali Shabir Ali, marhum Roshan Ali Akbar Ali Petha, marhuma Amina Bai Nur Muhammad, marhum Sadiq Ali Yusuf Ali, marhum Ghulam Raza Petha, marhum Mohsin Petha, marhum Yaqub Ali Abdul Hussein, marhuma Zahra bint Muhammad Ali, marhum Muhammad Ali Lada, marhuma Gulbanu bint Wali Wallab, marhum Firoz Ali Muhammad Ali, marhuma Mumtaz bint Muhammad Ali, marhuma Fatima bint Sulaiman, marhuma Latifa Hussein Jafar, marhuma Farida Qasim, marhuma Mulyani Kulsum Bai Kimji, marhum Anwar Ali Gilani, the brother of Brother Ashraf Gilani who passed away. And also this evening we sent an email about the mother of our brother marhum Amir Gadwi. Let's remember brother Amir Gadwi. Let's remember all of those marhumin as well as the marhumin from all of our families with Surah Al-Mubarakat Al-Fatiha. Just a reminder for the rest of the program, inshallah, in about 4 or 5 minutes we'll have adhan and we'll go into our namaz al-maghribain. After salat, we will then have iftar dinner. Because of the weather today, the dinner is being served outside. However, we will set up the inside as well for anybody that'd like to sit inside in the warmth. Of course, there are tables outside, but we will set up a couple of tables as well as some paper down here for people to sit. Same on the ladies' side. If the ladies would like to sit indoors, also you're more than welcome. After iftar, inshallah, we'll have dua iftitah. After dua iftitah, we'll tonight recite dua Joshan Kabir. So I ask if everybody can please stay and join the community together in the recitations of both dua iftitah as well as dua Joshan Kabir, inshallah. Tomorrow, Sunday, will be the 21st night of Ramadan. The program will begin at about 6:30 p.m., inshallah. And it'll end in the evening with the a'mal of the 21st night of Ramadan of Laylatul Qadr. So we ask if everybody can join tomorrow as well at 6:30 p.m. With the loud salawat, we'll break for a couple of minutes, inshallah. We have about 2 more minutes or so before we give adhan. Let's end the program with ziyarat, please. Muhammad wa ali Muhammad salawat. Allahumma salli ala.
السلام عليك يا رسول الله. السلام عليك يا فاطمة الزهراء. السلام عليك يا علي المرتضى. السلام عليك يا خديجة الكبرى. السلام عليك يا حسن مجتبى. السلام عليك يا حسين الشهيد وابن الشهيد. السلام عليك يا علي زين العابدين. السلام عليك يا محمد باقر. السلام عليك يا جعفر الصادق. السلام عليك يا موسى الكاظم. السلام عليك يا علي الرضا. السلام عليك يا محمد تقي. السلام عليك يا علي النقي. السلام عليك يا حسن عسكري ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا صاحب العرش والزمان. الأمان الأمان الأمان. السلام عليك يا خليفة الرحمن. السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن. السلام عليك يا كعبة الإيمان. السلام عليك يا إمامنا وإمام الإنس والجان. عجل الله لك ما وعدك من الناس وظهور الأمر ورحمة الله وبركاته. اللهم صل على محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم كن لوليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقاعدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرزك توعا وتمتيه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.
صل على محمد وآل محمد. It's 26 now. 27. Today's 27. Where are you?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. اللهم صل على. أشهد أن أمير المؤمنين عليا ولي الله. أشهد أن أمير المؤمنين عليا حجة الله. حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح حي على خير العمل حي على خير العمل الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله